And we are here live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'm Zach Chapman, part of Shaggy TV, and doing a little replacement tonight for Travis Piercefield. It's Father's Day. I'm not a father yet. Man's got a family. He's got stuff going on, and man, I'm here to watch some racing. We're here in my backyard, Williams Grove, Pennsylvania. Here we're in Mechanicsburg, and about 15 minutes up the road, about 4 minutes from where my little brother lives. So, you know, this is definitely, I like to call Lincoln my hometown track too, but man, this is definitely one as well. Gotta love Williams Grove. It's, you know, we talked about it on Monday night. It's slide or die here. It's really hard to pass, and you're gonna see it throughout the night. If you want to complete a pass, you're gonna have to throw a slider to get it done. You got to get the elbows out and park it in the guy in front of you. It's one of those tracks where almost one groove is the quickest all the time, and you know, it's just a product of what it is. It's high speed, and you know, you're going to see the tempers fly, and it's going to be a good one here tonight. But should be rolling into qualifying here before too long. Let's see who we can. Brett Walsh. He's a new guy here with us at Coast to Coast, so maybe if you know, he starts getting on the podium a lot, we'll learn a little bit about Brett Walsh. But as you see from Hills out of North Carolina in that 520 machine, that thing looks good out there. That black, nice pink and blue blend. See, we're familiar with this man in the 55, Steven Spies. He's a previous late model points champion, and speaking of previous late model points champions, we're going to be missing ours tonight. John Hine, he's got some Father's Day stuff going on, so it's looking like we're getting ready to roll into qualifying here. Alrighty, let's see who looks to be pulling out here first. So you got a little behind the scenes. I got a message. I thought something was wrong on my end, but turns out everything's okay here. So keep on keeping on. All right, so you guys know the deal with the qualifying times at the bottom. Purple's going to be fastest out of anybody. Green's going to be their fastest personal time in that sector, and well, orange, we don't want to talk about that. That means you're slower than your best, and no drivers want to see that. Is here. Brett Walsh getting ready to flying in here, turn number 2, halfway through his first lap. Let's see what kind of time he puts in here at Williams Grove. He was purple through that first sector. Let's see what he's got here. You see that purple time? Purple. That's going to put him on the pole with a 20.1. Clayton Kluhl. Sorry if I mispronounced that, man, but feel free to send me a message if I am. He came in P4, Steven Spies P3, and look at that, Kurt Schatzer P2. He's really slinging it in here. Coming out of turn 4 for the final time here in Mechanicsburg. Does he get faster? No, he does not. He's going to stay P2. Trevor Giroux, though, he moved up to P3. He's coming around the backstretch. His final lap, going to sling it into turn 3. He is quicker through his first sector. You see that green. Let's see purple. He was the quickest car through sector 2. Where's that put him? Puts him on the pole. Trevor Giroux, quick time in the 075 here. And, man, that's going to, you know, you get the bonus points for the pole, but it's almost pick your poison here. You know, we do the invert, top 4. So, going to have 3 cars to get by here in heat number 1, but big lap for Trevor Giroux. Not many people improve on their second lap here. You know, most people really go for it, hang it out on the bottom, and you lose that speed going down the front stretch, but Trevor able to find speed on that second lap in turns 3 and 4, and Here we go. We're going to be starting off here for Gambler Motorsports Heat number 1. Starting on the pole is going to be the 39 of Patrick Spangler, and is outside in the 120, Clayton Kluhl. Inside of row number 2 is going to be the 218 of Kurt Schatzer, and is outside the 075 of Trevor Giroux. Rounding out the field is going to be the 7 of Bob the Good, and to his outside, the 75, the Mayor, Steven Bixler. Here we go. Lights are off, as you see. Pace truck probably pulling in this time. We're going to let the fireworks fly here in Mechanicsburg. Let's see here. Is Bernie going to pull off here? Nope, we're going to go around one more time. We're going to go around one more time. Once the drivers to think, come up with a game plan here. Is Patrick Spangler. He is no stranger to being up front in that 39 machine. He knows how to get down, and at the same time, Kurt Schatzer right behind him. He's won the points in the late models more times than I can count. Kurt Schatzer, and then on the outside of him, Trevor Giroux. We saw him lay his fastest lap there in qualifying on lap number 2, with arguably less straightaway speed coming to take that white flag. So he's got to have some speed out here. And man, we got 4 cars up front. Either one of them could win the feature, and Bob the Good and Steven Bixler, they are no slouch either. They've really fine-tuned their late model skills here as the pace truck is off, and we'll be looking to fire as we come out of turn 4. We're ready to play in the clay in Mechanicsburg, PA.
Green.
Let the flag fly. The 39's going to put the hammer down, and we're off into turn 1. Clayton Kluhl to his outside, though, seeing if he can mount a charge coming out of turn 2, but the 39's going to shut the door going down the backstretch. Doing what he has to do to take the momentum away from the 120. Clayton's going to try to duck in below, but man, the battle is heating up here for P3. Trevor Giroux got a mirror full of Kurt Schatzer, and look at the battle for the lead. Clayton Kluhl going to look to the inside of that 39 machine. Coming down the backstretch, going into turn 4. Is he going to take a peek? He's going to look, but he's going to enter right in that slick. Not easy to get anything done in there. The 39's going to bounce off the wall. We have a new leader here, Williams Grove. Clayton Kluhl, the new man. Patrick Spangler, hard into the wall. You got to wonder if that right front maybe broke. No cautions here in the heat. We're going to keep on rolling. Clayton Kluhl out front trying to hold this charge up, but he's got 2 guys side by side behind him. Kurt Schatzer able to clear Trevor Giroux as he's looking to pounce on that 120 of Clayton Kluhl. High side in 1 and 2. Can he get a big run out at 2? He's going to try. But the 120 is going to shut the door, and the 218 is going to go right back to the top here. Seeing if he can maybe go for a crossover. Going to look under Clayton here with 2 to go. Can he throw in a big-time slider? Slider die. Kurt Schatzer, there he goes. The 120, perfect textbook, going to cross under, and he's going to say goodbye, Kurt. Nice try. See you later, brother. Now he's going to shut the door up top. Going to force Kurt to maybe throw a haymaker here on this final lap. White flag is out. Kurt Schatzer going to try to diamond off at turn 2. Can he get He's all under the tail tank of the 120. Has to lift. That opens the door for Trevor Giroux. We're going to have a 3-way battle here. Kurt got in the wall. Trevor's going to pounce underneath. Not going to get it as Clayton Kluhl is going to be your heat race number 1 winner, followed by the 218 of Kurt Schatzer, the 075 of Trevor Giroux, Steven Bixler, Bob the Good, and rounding out the field hard into the wall halfway through, Patrick Spangler. So let's see here. Let's read you off the starting grid here for heat race number 1. And that, my friends, sorry, my mic cut out on me there. Okay, so I had to turn off push-to-talk. It didn't want to agree with me when I was on this Google Doc trying to read off this, but race number 2 is brought to you by Regency Home Inspections. Regency Home Inspections is a leading provider of residential home inspection services in New York, Northern Hudson Valley region. With a focus on precision, expertise, and customer satisfaction, Regency Home Inspection offers comprehensive inspections and informative reviews to help clients make informed decisions about their properties. So let's get back here to the grid here. Starting on the pole is going to be the 83 of Brandon. Oh, they're going to roll off. So you see the grid here. I'm going to shut my mouth here as they're getting ready to play in the clay here in Mechanicsburg, PA, as Brandon Dittmer going to look to lead him to the green flag here. Late start, almost jumped by the 55 here, but good jump by Brandon Dittmer. He's going to look to set the pace on the rest of the field here. He saw the way the previous heat went. Yeah, you got to get up and close that door, but he's going to go right back to the bottom here and maybe give the 55 some hope here. Can he mount a charge coming out of turn 4? They're side by side at the line. Steven Spee's going to clear, but now he's got Brett Walsh all over him. Brett Walsh able to get by Brandon Dittmer as well. He's able to pounce. Big move by Brett Walsh, up 2 spots already. Started 4th, up to P2 here. You can hear the drivers tapping the wall going down the front stretch. Here's Brett Walsh gets super tight in the middle of 1 and 2, and that lets the 55 of Steven Spees get a little breathing room here. Battle on for 4th place, though. Randy Shreves all over the back of the 83 of Brandon Dittmer, and not too far behind him, he's got the 513 of Jeff Barker. Back out front, though, Brett Walsh has been able to reel back in the 55 here as Steven might have thought maybe he had enough breathing room to hold on, but here he is. Can he pounce? Coming down the front stretch, ready to get the 2 to go here. Brett Walsh just needs a 55 to make a little mistake, and as speaking of mistake, Brandon Dittmer makes a mistake here. He opens the door for Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves looking under in turns 3. Can he throw the slider for P3? Brandon Dittmer's going to have to get on the binders. White flag, though. Let's keep an eye on these leaders. Not really able to do anything with Steven Spees here, but he's going to try to get a big run here. Going down the backstretch. Final time entering turns 3. Going to go high. Try to drive it around the outside of the 55 is high, wide, and handsome. There he goes, taking the lead on the final lap through 3 and 4. Newcomer Brett Walsh steals heat race number 2. Followed by Steven Spees, Randy Shreves, Brandon Dittmer, and Jeff Barker. And with that, folks, we're going to take a quick break here, and we'll be right back.
These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized, no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in an on-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately, they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Hi, this is John Hine, and I am watching the C2C Racing League's Pro Dirt Late Model Series on the C2C Racing Network, brought to you by eSpeed TV.
And we're back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, and we're here to bring you your feature action here, and I'm going to read you off the starting feature lineup here, brought to you by RSN Trackside. Starting on the pole is going to be the 120 of Clayton Kluhl, and to his outside is going to be the 520 of Brett Walsh. Starting on the inside of row number 2 is going to be the 218 of Kurt Schatzer, and his outside, the 55 of Steven Spies. Inside of row number 3 is going to be the 075 of Trevor Giroux, your pole sitter tonight. And is outside the 56 of Randy Shreves. Inside of row number 4 is going to be the 75, the Mayor, Stephen Bixler, and is outside the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer. Inside of row number 5 is going to be the 7 of Bob DeGood, and is outside the Brewerton Beast, the 513 of Jeffrey Barker. Rounding out the field tonight, a man who, he showed he had some speed there, but got into the outside wall in the heat and lost the right front and ate it real bad in 1 and 2. Patrick Spengler, he's going to round out the field tonight, but you cannot count that man out. I'll tell you what, don't sleep on him. Watch for that 39 to try to make a charge through the field here. Coming down the front stretch here, drivers are flags curled up. They're going to get the 1 to green here as Pace truck's going to pull off this time by. You got the 2 newcomers, 2 new guys here in Coast to Coast, for me at least. Haven't seen them run a lot. Clayton Kluhl and Brett Walsh on the front row. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys match up against 2 of C2C's better pro late model drivers here, and Kurt Schatzer and Steven Spies right behind him, and Trevor Giroux as well. No, he's no slouch. Here we go, coming through turns 3 and 4 here. Can't imagine where anybody would rather be, because, man, we're getting ready to play in the clay in Mechanicsburg, PA. His flag is out, getting ready to fly as the 120 puts the loud pedal down, and he's going to see if he can't clear Brett Walsh in the middle of 1 and 2. Going to try to throw that slider, but Brett Walsh, he tried to keep it up there, but to no luck. Couldn't do it, and you see the mayhem in the background. Big wreck here. Let's see here. All right, so let's keep an eye on. Where's Brandon Dittmer here? He already got turned at that point. All right, so we're gonna watch Kurt Schatzer here. See if it stems from this. Slow it down. All right, maybe tries to slide up in front of the 55, and there's just nothing Steven can do. As 218 sideways, hooks Brandon Dittmer as he's trying to get back around, and let's see what ends up happening to Dittmer here. He bounces off Barker. Just going to end up there in the middle of the track. Tough break. First lap. You know, you can shake that off, but that's definitely not what you want to have happen. But Kurt Schatzer, lucky enough, that's got to be a big deal for him. He's going to be able to get third place back there after that incident. So he's going to be very happy about that, that's for sure. Didn't look very exciting. I tried clicking the exciting button. That looked pretty boring. I don't know about you guys. Just a plain shot of the backstretch there. So we're coming down the front stretch to see if lights do go off. So we'll be going green this time by as drivers decide whether they want to go high or low here. It may actually be a single file restart. I'm only seeing the front row kind of side by side. I don't see anybody else pull into a double line. Yep, there we go. They figured it out. Cycling back. Gonna go back to single file here is Clayton Kluhl. Looking to get a good jump here on the 520 of Brett Walsh, and he's going to get a good start, but going to eat the wall a little bit. That's going to slow him down, but not a whole lot. Brett Walsh is going to try to see if he can't get a run here now in the middle of turns 2. He's going to look. Can he throw a slider? No, the 120 is going to ride him in low and throw a slider himself. Can Brett Walsh carry momentum out of turns 4? It doesn't look like he's going to have enough. Going to go back to the high side here, see if he can't cross over to the leader in the 120. He knows he's got to go. He's got that 218 of Kurt Schatzer right behind him, but battle for the lead again through turns 3 and 4. Let's see here. Not going to be able to carry momentum. Going to look back to the inside, though. It's going to allow Kurt Schatzer to maybe go high, wide, and handsome here through middle 1 and 2. Gonna have to duck back in line here. Got a little contact between second and third. That opens the door for the 55, the detective Steven Spies. Can he go in here and park it on the 218? No, he's gonna hold it on the bottom. Steven Spies gonna get a good run in the middle of 1 and 2, enough that he can throw it up in front of the 218 of Kurt Schatzer. This is the first guy we've seen have success like this on the bottom. Really try it. He's got good center exit speed. You know, suffers a little bit going down the straightaway, but good center exit speed. Meanwhile, though, your leader in the 120, Clayton Kluhl, goodbye. 2.5 up the road, almost 2 seconds, and Steven, he's got to pull a rabbit out of the hat here if he wants to run him down, but he's giving it his damnedest. But man, look at this battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Kurt Schatzer trying to come back hard on the 55 of Steven Spies, but man, he's got a mirror full of that 75 Trevor Giroux, and Trevor Giroux, one mistake here, and there you see it, the 56, he's right there knocking at the door. The 56 of Randy Shrees, he's going to have to give that one up. Suffered a little bit on corner entry, and now he's got to go back to hunting that 75. But the 75, he's going to look low on the 218 of Kurt Schatzer. Can he think about throwing a slider here in turns 3 and 4? No, he's going to keep it on the bottom. See if he can carry momentum out of turns 4. Not going to have enough. He's got to slot back in line and block that run of the 56. Clayton Kluhl's got it up to 2.1 seconds. Look at that man out front there. You saw the gap almost a backstretch away as Steven Spies just struggling to run him down. Got a long way to go here. 21 to go this time by, so lots of time. Guys want to save that right rear tire. You don't want to maybe drive the rear end off of it just yet. Maybe hoping for another caution, catch themselves back up to the leader, but I'll tell you what, Kurt Schatzer, I don't think he wants a caution right now. He's struggling to hang on to 3rd, and You know, you want to be up high. If he gets a restart, he's going to drop to the bottom here, and he may be struggling. That left front looks beat up from that first incident here. As he definitely doesn't have a 100% race car right now. But Trevor Giroux, he don't care. He's throwing it in there in 3 and 4. Not enough room to clear him, though. He's got to get back up in line unless he wants to let that 56 get a run on the high side. And speaking of getting a run on the high side, the 56 almost gets into the rear end. Let's go on board with the 56 of Randy Shreves. Gonna really drive it in hard going into turn 3. Gonna get that right rear in the wall, though. And now all of a sudden, look at that 39 go by on the inside. Patrick Spangler, hello. I told you to keep an eye on that man. Does he have enough to clear the 56? No, he does not. You just want to be on the high side right now. And with as hard as guys are driving it in on entry, you just really don't have that room to throw the slider. It's Clayton Poole. He loves what he sees out front. Almost a 4-second gap here, as he does have a full back straightaway lead here. The heat is still on, though, for P5. Patrick Spangler not going away. He's like that little brother who just keeps bugging you to play video games. And, man, you just, you know, you got to give in every once in a while if they just keep nagging. And he's plugging away, but now he's got some trouble in front of him. Trevor Giroux gets into the oh, man, hits the entry, or the inside wall there going into turn 3. We saw it happen live. We'll pull up a replay here. But, oh, tough break here. As he's just trying to survive, run hard on the bottom, and it didn't want to select Trevor Giroux. So there you see, bounced off the inside. We're going to click on him again. We're going to go right back. So we just get a better view here. You're going to see that blue and yellow car here just enters a little too low, clips the wall, pushes up the track. Kurt Schatzer just able to sneak on by, but Randy Shreves not able to sneak on by. Man, those cars suffered a lot of damage there, and I believe Randy Shreves, he did hit pit road. He felt like he needed to come in and fix that damage, so tough break for those guys. Just racing hard here, but I said it earlier. You didn't want to burn that right rear off. Statistically, you know, nothing against these guys, but, man, we're going to average at least 2 cautions, I think, in these. And that being caution number 3 just goes over the edge there, but Williams Grove, tough racing. You're trying to pass guys at the end. You gotta kind of expect that and plan for it. And if you're the 55, you're just hoping that you saved enough right rear tire to maybe give one last go at Clayton, because Clayton Klool, the new kid on the block, has been fast, and he's just been in his own area code tonight. You know, while we're under caution here, don't forget, you know, if you're out there watching, we're going to be live right here tomorrow. It's going to be me, actually. Our normal Monday night guy, Marty Sakala, who I team up with, he's got class tomorrow night. He's got a class he's got to take care of, so I'm going to run the show tomorrow night. But make sure you're back here with us at 7 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. We got the Open 358s, and we got Rebels and Renegade sprint car action coming to you after that. So we got a great night on the books tomorrow night, so make sure you got the 7 o'clock pinged on your phone and join me here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. But hopefully for the last time here, the green flag's going to fly coming out of turn 4. The 55 with not as good of a restart as he liked. He's going to have some company on the high side now. That 39's going to take advantage of that P4 spot, but we got a car around in the back. No caution. Is who was that around? That was Brett Walsh. They're still wrecking. Steven Bixler. No caution. It's up front. We have a battle for the lead. The 39. He says, hello, Clayton. I came from the back. I'm ready to race, brother. We got side by side going down the backstretch. Patrick Spangler, does he have enough to throw it in there? No, he's going to keep it on the bottom. Just not enough room to throw it in there. This 55 of Steven Spies, he's going to look to pounce on him going on the bottom, but no, the 39, he's going to go up and block that off. The 55 tries to run the bottom in 1 and 2. He's having some success there in the middle of 1 and 2. But you see him, he's going to go right back down in 3 and 4. He may commit himself to the bottom. Maybe thinks the bottom's going to roll in. Thinks throttle controls the deal. But Clayton Cluel, he is starting to check out as you're watching him drive away from the 39 of Patrick Spangler. But right now, pretty much single file throughout the field. April Fools. Trevor Giroux looking on the bottom, making it 3 wide. We got the Brewerton Beast in the middle, and High, Wide, and Handsome coming from the back after that repair. Randy Shreve's going to go 2 for 1. Trevor Giroux going to go back to the high side. He saw Randy Shreve's had success. He's going to try it out. Let's go back towards the front. Is the 39 have any luck running down the leader? That's the answer for you. No, he's not, and the 55 is having a handful of bad luck, just almost rode the wall in 3 and 4 as he lost touch with P2. Now he's got a mirror full of Kurt Schatzer in that 218. Going down the backstretch here, Williams Grove under that famous bridge. Now we're going into turns 3. And speaking of that famous bridge is actually gone. Now we got a new bridge. It's not blue anymore, it's black, it's much wider. Much more comfortable for people of my stature. Nobody wanted to walk over that bridge that blue bridge while I was on there with him. I can tell you that. And now we got a much more sturdy bridge. With 39, he doesn't care. This is his hometown track too. He wants to drive up and catch Clayton, but man, Clayton, he just has something figured out that these boys haven't figured out yet. He's almost up to 2 seconds over the 39 of Patrick Spangler. Kurt Schatzer, he's starting to get a mirror full of this 83 of the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer. And Brandon Dittmer knows he's got to go. He's trying to cross him over. Kurt Schatzer shut the door, took all momentum away from the 83. And now the 83, he might be in some trouble here if he can't get by Kurt Schatzer because the 56 is coming and he is going to take that high side here. Brandon's got a do or die here, and I'm sorry to tell you, it may be die. Maybe pinched it up a little too much on entries. We're 3 wide. Kurt Schatzer comes down off the wall, but Brandon Dittmer, he's going to walk away unscathed here. He's going to advance. Kurt Schatzer, though, he's going to lose another spot to Trevor Giroux. It's the 52, Brett Walsh. He's a lap down. He had to tow, so he's trying to race his way back onto the lead lap, but man, 4 to go out front. Clayton Cluel, almost 3 seconds here. 2.5 second lead is he's coming through 3 and 4, looking to get the 3 to go. If we don't get a caution, this race is all but over. But we're still battling for that middle step of the podium here. Looks like the podium's pretty much decided here, barring a caution. But man, these guys are fighting for who's going to get second and who's going to get third. Coming through 3 and 4, Clayton Cluel. 2 sticks are in the air this time by 2 to go. Let's go back to the battle for second is the 55 of Steven Spies. Can he get it done? Maybe going to nudge the left rear of the 39. Get him a little uncomfortable going in. Just doesn't get the exit speed coming off the bottom that the 39 gets, but Clayton Cluel, the new kid on the block, coming out of turn 4. White flag is in the air. Final time around Williams Grove Speedway. Coming through turns 1 and 2. Just going to take it easy up high. Got a lot of speed, and he's shown it tonight. 3 and 4, final time. He's got this one under wraps. Let's look at this battle for second. We got a side-by-side. Steven Spies going to throw it in there. Coming to the line, side by side. The 55 takes it at the line. Clayton Cluel, your feature winner tonight in the 120. Coming home in second, the 55 of Steven Spies. 39 of Patrick Spangler rounding out the bottom step of the podium. Trevor Giroux, P4, Spider Monkey, P5. Randy Shreve's hard-fought battle to get back to 6th. Tough break for him getting caught up in that accident. Bob the Good going to bring it home 7th. Jeff Barker 8th. Stephen Bixler 9th. Kurt Schatzer 10th. rounding out the field tonight after going a lap down Brett Walsh. But Patrick Spangler, your hard charger tonight. Going to gain 8 spots after that unlucky, heat race number 1, but he'll be happy with a podium. Definitely not going to be too happy with the 55 there, losing second. Not anything egregious, but he's just going to be frustrated with himself, that's for sure. But man, let's see if we can't get Patrick up here in the booth to get a word with him. All right, we got the 39 up here in the booth with us. Patrick Spangler, it's Shaggy, man. You got a copy?
Yep, gotcha.
Man, did you think the 55 was going to be able to take that away from you on the bottom?
Yeah, he's probably one of the best late model drivers in the league right now, and I got lucky just getting the restart behind was that Clayton there, who ran a hell of a race, and I just got lucky on the restart. I thought I may have had him because he didn't go for the slider in 3 and 4, but yeah, he just got me right at the end. I thought I saw it second until I looked down and saw there was a 3 next to my name. So yeah, it's a fun battle.
Yeah, you know, talked about getting lucky there, starting on that restart P4. You know, for all of us, we know that it's an advantage on the high side, but you know, for people out there watching, Patrick, why is it such a big deal to start on the outside here on the restart?
I think the biggest advantage is starting behind where the leader picks. If you can start behind where the leader picks, they take off first, and you see that first sometimes before the guy starts to the inside of them, so you can get a better jump. So I don't necessarily think it was a high side. It was just starting behind the leader who gets to control the start.
Yeah, you know, touche. That's a good point. When the leader chooses that high side, it just ends up benefiting 4th place. But yeah, you're right. If the leader chooses the bottom, sometimes that guy, if you know they're not running triples or VR, it's hard to see that guy jump, and it's benefit to be that guy in second. And you know, you took advantage of it, went from 4th to 2nd, gave us a battle for the lead there a little bit with Clayton, man, but he was just too much for everybody tonight. But hell of a job on 3rd place. You got anybody you want to thank, Patrick?
Yeah, just you for the awesome broadcast. Roger on the league, Train was racing, Kamikaze Raps for the new wrap here. It's awesome, and thanks Speeds for running me clean. There was a fun race there for second.
Yeah, man. You guys made it exciting. Definitely wire-to-wire finish there for 2nd place. Good job, Patrick, and I look forward to talking to you to some more this season.
Sounds good. Talk to you later.
That's Patrick Spangler in the 39, and now we're going to bring up the man who just edged him for P2 at the line. Steven Spees, man, did you think you were going to get it done on the bottom?
I didn't know, that last lap. I knew I was doing good coming off of 4, getting under him, but wasn't finding anything in 1 and 2 to get me there. I think if you would have moved that start-finish line just down towards 4 a couple of feet, I wouldn't have got second. So it was good fun racing.
Yeah, talk about that battle there coming down the line. Do you think the difference was you just being down in the tack there coming out of 4? You could really accelerate, whereas he's got that little bit of slick coming out of 4?
Yeah, it seemed like it had good tack right above the slick, and then I could cut across it coming off, get that left rear and the good stuff, and I was getting good drive off 4, so felt pretty good there. So I decided the only thing I could really do was kind of follow him through 1 and 2 on that last lap and see if I could get some good momentum up. And like I said, 0.02 of a second, dumb luck as much as anything, I suppose, but we don't apologize for positions.
Yeah, and it's no surprise. It's Williams Grove. People know. Normally a caution fest. Were you surprised by the limited amount of cautions here along green flag runs?
Yeah, as we discussed before, not my favorite track. And a lot of times we do have big caution fests. So I don't know if it's, lower car count, whatever, it helps. I'll take it however we get it, as long as we can just get through that track, get out of it, and not have to go again.
Well, hey, man, don't speak too harsh. My hometown track, you did a hell of a job here tonight, man, able to bring home P2 right at the line. Who you want to thank?
I want to thank you for hanging out and broadcasting, and I'm sure it'll be fun to watch. Hopefully we gave you something to call there at the end.
Yeah, I feel a little bad there for Clayton. I tried to highlight him most of that last lap, but when I saw
there was nothing to see up there. Yeah, nothing to see there.
Yeah, when I saw you sling it in there, I had to go follow that battle to the line, and man, we're glad we did. Side-by-side battle. You made a good ending for us, and we appreciate it, Steven. You going to run the GT3s with me next?
I haven't decided yet. We'll see in a minute.
All right. Well, that was my try at putting you on the spot here, but
I know,
congratulations,
it
man.
ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Later.
Later. That's Steven Spies in the 55, bringing it home P2. But man, the guy who had an answer for absolutely everything tonight, this 120 machine. Where did you buy this thing from? NASA?
Oh, somewhere around there.
Man, dude, you were in a rocket ship tonight. Is this one of your more favorite tracks, or man, is this just the tip of the iceberg?
Honestly, man, I really don't have much practice coming to this track. This is definitely not my favorite track, but every time I usually run here, I run pretty good, so it definitely helps a little bit. Have a little bit of experience here and there, but.
Well, yeah, man, I would say so. Did it ever cross through your mind on a restart taking that bottom, or was the high side just too important on those restarts?
I knew the bottom was going to be pretty decent. I was really in between the two. I knew high side was definitely going to get the run going in 1 and 2. So I was trying to hold it off there, but whoever was on the inside of me got a pretty good run. But he kept staying to the bottom, which kind of helped me run on the high side. I was getting that run off exit.
Yeah, Patrick, you brought it up there. I thought maybe, he had something for you there. He had rode around the back, maybe saved some tire, and benefited those cautions since you were able to drive away. But, man, you had every answer tonight. That was an impressive drive, and I think everybody, they might have their hands full this season. So you better watch out for this cat in the 120 here. But, Clayton, man, you got anybody you want to thank on the win tonight?
House of Speed for the sets, Cleo Racing Suits and Helmets, Elite Sim Sports, Damien the owner, Brett Walsh, my teammate, for racing tonight. He got caught up in a little bit of wreck, but it definitely would have been a fun battle between me and him. Elite Graphics for the wrap, Dynamic Drive Lines, Longhorn Chassis, and you for broadcasting and watching the race.
Yeah, and so you're the perfect guy to actually have up here because I want to pronounce your last name for everyone just so I do it correctly in the future. I was doing Kluhl. Is that correct?
It is not. It's
okay.
Clewell.
Clewell. Okay, so Clewell. The whole broadcast, then, it's going to be wrong. But I promise in the future, Clayton,
all good.
I will be saying Clewell with a smile on my face here, man. That was a hell of a job tonight, and man, with this kind of speed, I look forward to interviewing you a lot this year, man. Good job tonight.
Yep, appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, that's going to do it for us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. That's going to finish up these pro late models here. But like I said, join me tomorrow night here for Monday Night Madness. We have the Open 358s. Practice opens at 6:30. I'll bring that to you around 6:45, and we're going to go rolling around 7 here. And after that, we've got the Rebels Sprint Car Division, and top it off after that, we got the best of the best, the Renegade Sprint Division. So make sure you're tuning in tomorrow night, 6:30 or 6:45 here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'm Zach Chapman, part of Shaggy TV, and I'm signing off. Have a good evening.